Hi guys, hope you all are doing so well. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning. As you can see, I'm just waking up. This is around 6 something. Yeah, just waking up, and I have a very interesting topic, something wonderful that I would love us to discuss today. Yeah, something so wonderful. But you can see the topic there, and we'll be talking about it. And I would like to know what you think about today's topic. Just put it on the comment section. We'll talk about it. But meanwhile, I need to go prepare my breakfast. Okay, I need to eat noodles this morning. After that, I will sit down and we'll have a proper conversation. Okay, yeah, we're going to discuss about, it's very important. I will also, I would love to hear, what you have to say about today's topic. So let's just go straight to today's video. See you. Guys, hope you all are doing so well. Before I start this video, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe, like and share, and don't forget to click on the notification bell that will enable you to know whenever I upload a new video. If you are visiting me for the first time, you are welcome. I can assure you that you will enjoy it here. Okay, here we talk about relationship, we motivate people, and we build people. That's what we do on this beautiful channel. Okay, feel free to share my videos with your family, friends, and those around you. Share it in your community, share it in your groups, share it, because you never can tell who wants to hear the particular topic that you are sharing. It might be something that might help the person. Okay, so share and you'll be happy you did. So today I'm talking about history. Yes, some of us has grown to an extent that we don't take history to be anything. When we hear the history of where we come from, or history of things that has happened that we're supposed to learn, we say, no, we are children of the new generation, we don't need to hear anything about this history. Oh, it's old, we don't need to hear it. How can you grow when you don't want to know the history of who you are, or where you come from, or things that are happening around you, or the history of how your country become, the way it is? You need to know your history. You need to know your history. So many people living in different countries today don't even know their origin. They don't know their origin. And they are somewhere suffering while they're supposed to be enjoying in their own country. You can't run away from your history. No matter how you think, or whatever thing you think you're thinking, or how modern you think you are, you cannot run away from your history. Somebody somewhere must one day tell you where you came from. It is better you learn the history of your life from someone that is close to you, your mom, your relation, than when things started unfolding, you start hearing things from people that you're not supposed to hear them from. Some people that are passing through some things that they are passing through, suffering on other places, is because they feel that because they have stayed there for a longer period, that is where they're supposed to be. And where they are, people there that owns the place are actually telling them, you don't belong here. Go and find your history and stand by and know where you're standing. You might call yourself a Nigerian, maybe because you have lived in Nigeria for a very long time. Are you sure you are a Nigerian? You may say you are from the US, or I live in the US, I'm an American. Are you sure that you're an American? You may say, oh, I live in Mexico. Are you sure you're from there? Know your history. It will help you. You might not need it now, but you will need it in the future. Questions are going to arise and you will start finding it difficult to answer. Don't let another person tell you where you came from. Don't let yourself to, you keep suffering where you're supposed to, when you have so many things to enjoy. Some things you do not understand, and if some things you don't understand, if there's an elderly person around you, or if your parents are trying to tell you things about your history, listen. One thing about this generation is that we feel that we are too modern, that we don't need to know the history of where we come from or things that are happening to us. So many things that are happening to younger people today is because they refuse to listen to know the history of their life. When you are 30, 40, 50, you start looking for who will tell you how this is B, why this is A. When you refuse to hearken to the person that open up her mind or her heart to share with you. Sometimes your parents might call you and start telling you, do you know this person? Do you know that person? And you say, no, I don't want to hear, Mom, Mom, I don't want to hear, Dad, I don't want to hear. Please, let's talk about something else. Some of you has made mistake of dating your brother. Doing what you're not supposed to do with your sister. Doing what you're not supposed to do with your cousin. Because you don't know them. You don't know them, you just met a fine lady, you don't know the person is your sister. And you start dating the person. And at the end of the day, you find out there's an abomination. In the part of the country where I come from, Nigeria, I am from the eastern part of Nigeria. You cannot date your cousin. You cannot do immoral stuff or whatever thing with somebody that you're relating with. If your uncle, maybe you don't know him, traveled to a very far country and have children and you don't know, let's say you're walking on the street and you met somebody and you don't know that this person, when you bring the person to your home, your parents will ask you, who is this person? Once you start opening, they'll tell you, no, you can't date this person is your brother or this person is your sister. Because they know the history. Some people has gone on the road, meet their sister, meet their cousin, do what they're not supposed to do with their cousin, because at the end of the day, when they realize that the person is their sister, it becomes an abomination. And if you are from the eastern part of Nigeria and maybe you've done something negative with your cousin, your nephew or whatever, and at the end of the day, your family, they notice that this person is relating to you, is an abomination, and you're going to pay a fine for it. And there are some things that you're going to perform. There are some things you're going to perform to appease what you have done. Know your history. Know where you come from. Know where you come from. When an elderly person is trying to discuss some things with you, listen so that you don't make the mistake they have made. This word, had I known. Had I known always come at last. When things has already spoiled. When things are no longer normal. That's when you start shouting, oh, had I known. If I have known, I wouldn't have. If I have known, I would. See, let me tell you. If you refuse to know your history, if you refuse to know your origin, if you refuse to know where you're coming from, I don't know how you're going to succeed. The downfall of a man is when that man forgets where he's coming from. That is the downfall of a man. If you forget where you're coming from, you are finished. If you're a parent, tell your children what they're supposed to know now that they're young, so that when they grow old, their mind has already, they know already. Nobody will come in and convince them and tell them something that, that might want to bring or tear the family apart. So many people are in different countries suffering. calling themselves, oh, they are Nigerians, oh, they're social country people, they are Americans. You know, are you sure you're from there? Don't let them tell you your history in another person's country. Don't let them tell you your history when it is too late for you to trace where you come from. When I was doing my master's in one of the universities in London, I I always hear some people make some statements about, you know, their history, their origin or something like that. Some are even confused, even though they have gone to the, you know, that height of education, they don't even know where they come from. See, no matter what you study, no matter how far you've gone to school or whatever, if you don't know where you're coming from, that is the beginning of your downfall. That is the beginning of your downfall. I repeat again, the downfall of a man is when you forget where you come from. Don't go bragging. You know, you can go out there bragging, and one day somebody that doesn't like you, maybe the person knows your history, will call you by the side and say, brother, stop bragging, you are from this place. And you go home, mom, am I from this place? And you forgot when your parents is trying to tell you some things you don't know. You say you don't need it. That's old school. That's this thing. Say a time will come when you will need that old school, you will not see it. When other people will start bringing out things you do not know about yourself and pouring it on your face, you end up shedding unnecessary tears. I call them unnecessary because you refuse to hear. You know, if you have a parent that they don't want to tell you your history or tell you some things, maybe you don't know, that is a different case. But if you have some parents that are willing to share, this is what happened in 19 this, this is what happened in this person is your uncle, this person is your auntie, or you think you're from Nigeria, you have another sister in India, you have another family in, you would know. You will know. So, if by any means, maybe you're traveling, you meet somebody, you try to ask the person, you know, some questions so that you don't end up being in a relationship, or, you know what I mean, a relationship, being and having intimacy, you know, with your sister. From where I come from the parts of Africa I come from, it is an abomination for you to sleep with your sister or your brother unknowingly or knowingly. If you meet your sister and you marry your sister and you don't know the person is your sister, and you come back home, you know the history, people start telling you that person you married your sister, they come from this family, but they have lived in London for so years, you don't know, maybe the person doesn't even know you. There is no excuse for ignorance. You people in parts where I come from, you're going to appease, you're going to, you know, I don't know if you have heard this thing, they say you're going to appease the gods, you're going to appease the land, you're going to cleanse the land. Oh, I don't know it's my sister, I don't know it's my brother, it's not going to stop it. And you're going to go naked on the market square. Do some things that they will ask you to do, and it will become an abomination for your family. Know your history. Know where you come from. Know if that place you're relaxing and say is your country, are you sure you're from that place? Ask questions before it will become too late. When you know your history, nobody will come and tell you things, unnecessary things. When you know your history, it will make you to build your foundation where you are supposed to build it. So, I'll be stopping here today. If you have any other thing you want us to talk about, my email is there. You can send me a mail. I would definitely reply. And we can be friends, you know, on where we can be friends on. They are there in the description box. Oh, if there's any other thing you also want us to talk about, feel free to drop them in the comment section. Okay? So I will be stopping here today. Always remember to watch the ads. It's very important. Okay? So I'll be stopping here today. You always stay true to yourself and have a beautiful and a lovely day. Bye-bye.